We are making sugar-free blueberry pie today, and we're going to make it in a slab pie form so that you can take it to your summer barbecues, your 4th of July celebrations, Memorial Day, Labor Day, whenever. It is a crowd pleaser and everyone is going to love this recipe. So you can use store-bought crusts like I did for the video. Just be sure to look at the ingredients list. Make sure you understand all of the ingredients that are in your pie crust. Make sure that they are vegan and healthy because there are a lot of unhealthy pie crusts out there. If you'd rather make your own, which is optimal, you can use my recipe that's down in the links below this video, and it's super easy to make. I just didn't for this video purpose. But if you're doing the store-bought version, you want to lightly flour your surface, lightly flour the crusts, and overlap them slightly so that we can roll it out so that it will become a large rectangle. Now, again, if you're making your own crust, no need to worry about this. You're just going to double that pie crust recipe and roll it out to that large rectangle. But if you're using the store-bought, lightly flour your rolling pin and roll these crusts out to that large rectangle. It's probably going to be about 17 by 10 or 17 by 12. Check your baking sheet pan and see what size it is and how large you need to make this. If the crust happens to tear or split while you're rolling, don't worry about it. Just pinch it back together. This is a very forgiving recipe. Now we're going to press it into the sheet pan. And if you would like, you might take a third pie crust and use that to reinforce the edges of your slab pie. You don't have to. It's just kind of nice, and it gives you a little bit extra crust that everyone seems to love. You can also use that third pie crust to make a lattice top if you would like to decorate it, or you can do cookie cutouts like I'm going to do. But if you're choosing to reinforce your corners, just simply cut it out and press those edges together. Crimp the edges, tuck under if you need to with a little bit of crust. You might need to do a little bit of trimming depending on how much you roll out your pie crust. Remember to prick the bottom and the sides of your pie crust so that it doesn't bubble on you and you have a nice crust that lays flat. Next, we're going to take our blueberry pie filling. To our blueberries, we are adding monk fruit sweetener. So that's going to keep this sugar-free and keto if anyone is keto. You can add cornstarch to it and a little bit of vanilla extract. To that, we are adding a little cinnamon for warmth. And we're going to zest a lime because that's what I had on hand. If you have a lemon, go for it. Lemon or lime, either one works great with this blueberry pie. Now, speaking of keto, if you wanted to keep this keto vegan, I have the link to a keto pie crust and also a gluten-free pie crust in the recipe link, which is down below the video. And remember, like and subscribe so that you get more of these videos. So we're gently going to mix the blueberry pie filling together. It's going to be coarse. The sugar, the monk fruit sweetener is not going to become wet because our blueberries haven't released their juice yet. They will in the oven, and this will become a beautiful pie filling. But it won't until we get it into the oven. So don't worry about the dryness of it. We're going to pour that into the pie crust and spread those berries out, spread out that monk fruit sweetener so that it gets in all the corners and edges. And then if you want to decorate your slab pie, now is the time. You can make a lattice top or you can do the cookie cutouts. I'm choosing to just cut out some stars today. I like the randomness and the rusticness of doing it myself rather than having the cookie cutter. But if you prefer, grab those cookie cutters and go. I also like to use strawberries to layer it and make it look a little bit more like the American flag. You decorate it however you would like. We have to brush the crust with our egg wash. So we don't use eggs since we're vegan. We're going to take plant-based milk and a little maple syrup, mix that together, brush that across the crust and the pie dough so that we get a nice golden brown on it. Then we're going to bake it and we are going to allow it to cool for an hour. Serve it and everyone is going to love it.